Hey Divas, it's Nicole Twyman with Fit Fine and Fabulous here, and I wanted to share with you my timeline for the day because there was a big discussion in our challenge group about how to find the time to do it all. And it really does take some intentional thought about being a better person, a person who does a little bit more than the average person. It doesn't come to you. You pretty much have to just grab it and do it. And so the way I grab it and do it is I create a timeline. Now, no way do I follow this timeline to the T every day, but at least just by having this framework in my mind about how things should flow. So this is what we call the happy path. When things deviate, I kind of at least can jump back on track based on what I know the happy track should be. So, not always do I accomplish these things, but this also is another depiction of how I strive to have a morning routine, an evening routine, how I strive to take my vitamins, how I strive to get a certain amount of sleep and a certain amount of water and all the things I do as it relates to family and husband, all that. So for me to structure that in my very structured mind, I had to sit down and be like, all right, so there's a lot going on and there's just no way that I'm going to keep it all in my head. So generally speaking, if I had a good day, this is what this day would look like. And not all days are good days, and that is okay. But you want to try and have more good days than you have bad. So that's the goal. So this is what my good day looks like. And I can start, it starts at 12 a.m. because a lot of divas work overnight. So it's a template that you can use to adapt to you. For me, at 12 a.m., I'm sleeping. I'm sleep all the way up until about 5 or so, where my morning ritual begins. I do just maybe some stretches in the bed because I have back issues at times. Um, so I do some stretches in the bed, read the Bible. I'm done reading the Bible. I take my pre workout drink. I get dressed for the gym. I drive to the gym and I go work out. Then, of course, I drive home, shower. This is when I also make my celery juice and I take the kids to school. My note is while I'm at the gym, the goal is to drink 2 bottles of water, two fit, fine, and fabulous bottles of water is 54 ounces. So if I drink two of those for the rest of the day, I really only have what is that? However much that is left to drink. I know it by the number of bottles. I only have 3 bottles left to drink. And then I'm good. So I kind of plan it that way. So once I get the kids to school, I start working. And I start working with you guys. I do whatever the activities are that are scheduled for me during that time. But around 11, I eat my first meal because I do practice intermittent fasting. And some people may think, well, drinking celery juice in the mornings will break your fast or drinking your pre-work. I really don't care, right? It's all right. The goal for me in terms of intermittent fasting is not to be so strict to a protocol. It's more along the lines of one, I want to do fasted cardio because they say that that's the best way to burn fat. So I want to kind of abide by that. So I do the fasted cardio. And then to do that, I need my pre workout. I want to do the celery juice because it has so many benefits to your body. So I've added that in there as well. So be it if it breaks my fast, but this is how it's going to get me in. This is how I'm going to get it in. So my first meal is around 11. And you guys know the meal plans because I share them. But with my meals, I am also taking vitamins because I want to be sure that I am getting all that I need for my body. And I've been told before that I have a vitamin D deficiency, so I take that once a day. I also take a superfood vitamin, which has crazy amounts of superfood in them. So if in the event I'm like gaining weight for some silly challenge or whatever that I'm doing, or if I'm just not eating like I should, I know that I'm getting what I need through my superfood vitamin. So I take that. I also take vitamin C. You guys can Google the benefits of taking vitamin C as it relates to losing weight and how it affects your body. So vitamin C is really good when it comes to that kind of thing. So I take that along with meal one, and of course I'm drinking water before I eat. Drinking water while you're eating bloats you. If you think about it, you're trying to digest your food and you're adding water in there, and you are watering down the acids that should be breaking down your food. So either drink before, and that's 10 minutes before, or wait 30 minutes and then drink after. So that's how I handle my water in terms of eating. Then I'm back to work. I'm working. And so then it's time for meal two. This is when I take my liver cleanse. I do the liver cleanse separate from any other vitamins or anything else I'm consuming other than food, because it's a cleanse. It will cleanse you out for real. It's supporting your liver in terms of detoxing toxins from your body. And if you are taking any vitamins or anything like that, Mago 7 or whatever at the same time, it doesn't make sense, because it's going to help you flow all that right on out. So we don't want that. So I take that all on its own with a meal, and I take 3 of those. And by the time I'm done with meal 2, I do a little bit more work, and then it's time to pick up the kids. And I come back home, and I have some more food, honey, and I have my superfood vitamin again. So this is just generally me figuring out where can I place these things so that it actually can get done. If I just in my head tried to do this, it wouldn't really work out because there's so many things I want to do. And if I want to be a person who accomplishes a lot, I have to think it through. I have to figure out where am I really going to fit this in my day. And some things I may not be able to fit right now. And that is okay, right? You got to be okay with doing your best for where you are right now, right? And so anywho, so superfood vitamin is with meal 3, then back to work I go, and then meal 4, and then work. And then my last meal is meal 5, and it is hopeful that by then I have achieved my gallon. It's the last meal of the day, and it's usually plant-based for me. I try not to have any heavy carbs or meat to process at night, because at night is when your body does all that digesting, and you don't want your body to be working through the carbs and all those other things while you're sleeping. So it's not that you don't eat rice and bread and all that at night because you gain weight. That's not true. What it is that during the night, if you're eating red meat and bread and all those things right before you go to bed, your body's having to, in addition to repairing your muscles and releasing fat, now it's also having to digest all this heavy food. So I'm trying to work with my body. I understand how you're working. So guess what? I'm going to give you some plants. You know how to process plants pretty easily. So it's either like a shake. Sometimes it's an apple and some nuts, or sometimes it's a salad, but it's just different things. I just try to make it light. And all of my heavier foods I try and do earlier in the day. After I'm done with meal 5, I try my best to shut off my computer. It doesn't always work, but that is the family time. So homework, and if we're doing game night, or if we're going to go get yogurt or whatever we're doing, we do it during that time. And then I try to get in the bed around 10:30, and then that's when I'm hanging out with my boo and watching TV or catching up for the day. And then I also, when I head to the room, I always head in there with a cup of tea. It's with me. The Mago 7 sits on my nightstand. So I take 3 to 7 Mago 7 pills, and it depends on where I am with my eating. Now, if I've been eating badly for a while, I'm going to take 7 of those mugs, because that's how slow my digestive tract is. If I've been eating well and taking Mago 7 consistently, I only need 2 or 3. But I do take them every day, because without them, I struggle. And that's not every woman. That is a Nicoleism, and I know that there are a lot of you who share that same problem. For me, I'm more than sure it has something to do with my endometriosis because I have extreme bloating and a whole bunch of other stuff that goes on with my GI tract. But I have found that this detox tea, eating healthier, and going to bed at a decent hour to allow my body to digest the food, and of course drinking that gallon really, really helps my digestive tract. Newly, and I say new as in the last month and a half or so, I've been taking CBD drops as well, Louis, at at night. So guys, this is my routine. This is my timeline. I try and abide by it. I don't always do. But if you're struggling with how to make all these things work, maybe the exercise of just thinking through what you want to do, when can you realistically do it, and putting it into a timeline like this will help you too. If you need help, let me know. I'd be more than happy to help you develop your own timeline, ladies. So let's, if you're struggling again, and this you find something that this would be something that could help you, let me know. I'd be glad to help.